Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon SoulSilver! Alright everybody, yeah, it's been quite a while since that last video. Well, the reason for that is because, I had to, the fence, I essentially had to get, my back fence, I essentially had to get a new back fence. It's because, the fence that was currently there, for when I moved out, for when I moved out, yeah, it was a very old, wooden fence. Yeah, and it looked like it may start, and it really looked like it really started to fall, fall apart. So yeah, that's why essentially, that's why I had to have a fence guy come by so that he could tear down that old fence so that he could put up a new one. And now that that's been taken care of, I am back. I am now back in the game once more. Now, now, while I could have done more recordings while he was here, but you would have had to deal with all the noise that was going on outside. So yeah, and obviously I didn't want you guys have to go through with that yourselves. Yeah, that's why I decided to wait until now. That's why I decided to wait until he was done. So yeah, but anyways, it is everyone. It is everyone now. Now onto what you're currently seeing right now. Now that we're done with the free Eve with the free Yusha Gym and gotten our third and have now gotten our third Kanto badge. We're now going to be spending some time in some several routes. Yeah, that being the long as the very long of different section of roads. So that we can head on over to Lavender Town, and after we get to Lavender Town, then I may head back to Saffron City so that we can finally face off against Sabrina. Yeah, well, that essentially depends on how well my team gets stronger within these next set of routes that we're gonna be going to. Before we finally challenge her. Yeah, but anyways, everyone, now as for the first route that we're gonna be going through on the way to Lavender Town is of course a route of 15, and this is actually one of the only few routes in the entire game where you can actually get yourself a Chansey. But chances are of course really rare Pokemon to find. So. And they are quite monotonous to catch too, so. But thankfully, this isn't a Safari Zone, so thankfully you will not have the pleasure of having the Chansey, automatically run away from you. So yeah. But anyways, now, as for a Pokemon that you can find this route. Now, this is not a location where you can get both Nidorina and Nidorino, and you can also try to get a Pidgeotto during the day, and also a Noctowl, and also more Noctowls and Quagsires at night. Oh yeah, and the same also goes for Hopip during the day as well. And this of course yet another route where you can try to get more pluses, minuses, and jinxes. And it is another route where you can get yourself a Wurmple, like a Wurmple, if you don't want to bother with the if you don't want to bother with the eye-catching contest. And, oh my god, we're finally gonna see a freaking Alakazam. Yeah, finally. Yeah, it sure took us. Yeah, it sure definitely took us long enough. There he is, Alakazam. Yeah, I guess I should say about the Alakazam line in general. Like, yeah, we do see quite a few. Yeah, we do see quite a few Abras, and obviously quite a bunch of Alakazams. But Kadabras, on the other hand, not so much. Like, the last Kadabra appearance that we got in the anime was in the episode where there was this ongoing conflict between the Psychic types and Ghost type Pokemon. Yeah. That was the last appearance of Kadabra that we got. Yeah, for those of you who know the reason why Kadabra hasn't been showing up as much. Yeah, well, though, hopefully now that it's been resolved, I believe. Yeah, hopefully we finally get to see some freaking Kadabras in Horizons. Now, they have been showing off quite a lot of Pokemon in Horizons lately. And at this point, since Journeys, now while they originally said I'm pretty sure there was somewhere they said they wanted to show off every single Pokemon, every single Pokemon in Journeys, but obviously they couldn't, considering the fact that with how many limited episodes they have, and you know, like how long the episodes are, and of course how long the episodes last. So, although with Horizons, they actually have been showing quite a lot of Pokemon that we don't get to see quite as often. Yeah. And I especially loved the recent episode, which actually involved the entire Sandal line. Yeah, that's right. The very first episode, like in the entire anime, like out of the whole anime series, where we see the entire Sandal line within one episode. Like, wow. Yeah, it sure took long enough, but we finally got it. Well, more so, I finally had it, because, well, the Sandal line are, of course, my all-time favorite Pokemon, of course. Well, other than Dialga, who is, of course, my favorite legendary, of course. But anyways, and also, everyone, now look at this. Now we also have a very first appearance of Spinda in this game. Yeah, the Pokemon where the spots on his body are very different. And I mean very different, is because, yeah, there is not a single alike appearance of Spinda anywhere in the world. Like, anywhere. Oh yeah, and also, and as you've seen here, we also have a first appearance of Volbeat. Yeah, so now I no longer have to bother with the bug catching contest, so that I can actually try to eventually find myself a Volbeat too. So yeah, how's some of that, huh? Now, I guess since I'm on topic when it comes to since I'm on the topic of Horizons, now while I have seen the first 16 episodes of Horizon since those first 16 episodes are the only ones that are currently out the dub right now. And I gotta say, and I'm also talking about the Pokemon voice acting. Yeah, they've been changing the Pokemon. Yeah, they've majorly changed the Pokemon voice acting a lot. Now, what I mean by that is that now some Pokemon voices that we have gone used to over the years, now those voices are just changed. Like say, the biggest example I have is Charizard, where Charizard always has this a distinctive voice, for basically every single Charizard that you saw. He essentially has the same voice. But then when you get to Professor Freed's Charizard, and that Charizard sounds a hell of a lot more different than all of the other Charizards. And the same can also be said for Metagross. Yeah, now in the past, Metagross has his own distinctive voice of his own. Well, actually, this didn't occur until season 9 of the season 9 of the Pokemon anime. When all of the main characters' voices got changed. Yeah. Now that was when Metagross has started to have his own distinctive voice for all of the Metagrosses that you saw ever since. But as for the Metagross, Metagross that you see in Horizons, yeah, that Metagross also sounds very different compared to how it used to sound like. Although this doesn't mean that all of them have been changed. And the biggest example I have is Cagnia. Now, despite Cagnia not exactly getting many appearances, more so because the only major Cagnia appearance that we got in the anime was James's Cagnia. But then when we got the episode where Team Rocket gets all of their Pokemon back, and then they were thinking about all of their other Pokemon that she used to be with them. They still kept the same voice for Cagnia. And then when we got to the arc that involved Arboliva. Yeah, I'm still having a little bit of a difficult time pronouncing the Gen 9 Pokemon names. Sorry. But anyways now, when we got that arc, and then when we saw the Cagnia that was within the arc, within that arc. Yeah, that Cagnia still has the same voice that they used to have before. Jeez. Yeah, but and speaking of voices again, there are also several Pokemon that don't say much at all. And the biggest example I have is Behem. Yeah, now while I was really excited to finally hear the Behem voice again, yeah, Behem has not gotten an appearance in the anime ever since the whole UFO episode in the Black and White anime. Yeah. And then when we got to the Behem the BHM in Horizons. Yeah, that BHM just didn't want to say, like, basically not much of anything. And then when he did say something, and then when the BHM did speak, yeah, he really had this really deep voice in him, and which really makes me wonder, like, why couldn't they keep that, why couldn't they use that voice for BHM, you know, even more often, like during that section of the anime, like, come on. But anyways, yeah, I think I've got just enough of a rant. I think I'm just about done rambling about Pokemon Horizons. But anyways, now we're gonna get ourselves to yet another a double battle with the twins, Kai and Tia. Yeah, and they ask, they say, do we know who they are? Not that it really matters because they both look alike. Oh, and they both have freaking Quagsires. Wow, now they really trying to be really alike, because not only do they use the same Pokemon, but they are also the same gender as well. Jeez. And yeah, I had a feeling that Aeroblast wouldn't defeat that Quagsire, because, well, Quagsires are actually pretty darn good when it now while my Quagsire may not have the best in terms of like actually, yeah, since Quagsires don't exactly have the best when it comes to like special defense, but since my Lugia isn't exactly the greatest in terms of actually attacking very powerfully, yeah, since, like I said before, yeah, Lugia is more so about defense than attacking. So yeah. But anyways, now we're done with that battle. You have fun. You have fun battling us, right? So how about we exchange our phone numbers? And that way, if we want to battle again, we could just give each other a call. Well, that is essentially everyone who says that they want to give me their phone number. So fine. Yeah, where's your phone number? Alright. Now you've got our number, and we have yours. Yeah. Well, let's just see if you do manage to call if you want a rematch. Alright, Pokemon, time for a battle! Yeah, that is essentially what all trainers say nowadays. Yeah, I've got Pokemon, you've got Pokemon, let's battle! Oh, and you also have a Spinda. Yeah, and that's just, so I said one. Yeah, now, as I said about Spinda, yeah, there really isn't going to be a single Spinda in the world that are going to be identical in terms of their spots. In terms of the spots on their hits. Yeah. Oh, I see. And you also have, I see, now I get it. Now, the last guy who had a Spinda had a Volbeat, but instead, since you are female, which means of course, since you are gonna have a Illumise. Huh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. All right, Eleanor, you're done. Oh well. Yep. Oh well, indeed. Because you lost. You lost to yours truly. And we get ourselves a lovely PPM. Alright, not too shabby. And with that said, I think that is just about every single trainer I defeated within a route of 15. Alright everyone, with that said, that is all I'm gonna do for this part. And so thanks for seeing you guys next time.